Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for my preview of the Chelsea versus Everton game in the Carabao Cup taking place tomorrow night at 7:45 PM at Stamford Bridge. First of all, my apologies for this preview being out a lot later than it usually would be. It's just because there was just no press conference today by Antonio Conte, and I don't know why. Because on the website it said there should be one today, but they never stated a specific time, which they usually do, and they didn't tweet anything about it either on why it isn't taking place or if it's taking place later or whatever, I don't know. Maybe it's taking place right now, wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, that's why, the preview is out a lot later than it usually would be. Well, talking about Everton, talking about opposition, as I usually do. Well, Everton just sacked their manager, Ronald Koeman, yesterday, on Monday, after losing 5-2 against Arsenal at home on the weekend. David Unsworth, who was Everton's under-21s manager, is now taking over from Koeman for the time being. Everton just had a very poor start to the season. They're currently 18th, so in the relegation zone on 8 points and a goal difference of -11, having scored only 7 goals. They've got 2 wins, 2 draws and 5 losses so far this season. Weirdly, they are the only team so far this season to take points off Manchester City when they held them to a 1-1 draw at the Etihad. And even that needed a late equaliser by Man City. But also in the Europa League, Everton are doing everything but well, as they're bottom of their group with 0 wins, 1 draw and 2 defeats out of 3 games, so it's not going well for them. Obviously they lost Romelu Lukaku in the summer to Manchester United, but they did invest a lot of money. They bought Pickford from Sunderland, Keane from Burnley, Rooney from Man United, Sigurdsson for £50 million from Swansea, and many more players as well. But they didn't really sign another proper striker to replace Romelu Lukaku in any sort of the imagination. They don't have any pace in their team, as I think Bolasie is injured. Aaron Lennon, I don't know if he's injured or just not being used, but Sigurdsson, who's everything but quick, has been playing at left mid a lot, so that says enough, to be honest. But as tomorrow is a League Cup game, and they play a lot of games as well, being in the Europa League, just like we do, I expect them to rotate. They do have a lot of good youngsters, although saying that, a lot of them good youngsters feature in the first team regularly, so who knows if those good youngsters will even play tomorrow. It's impossible to predict how they're going to line up, what formation they're going to use, how they're going to play, as they obviously just changed the manager yesterday, and obviously he's not been in charge except a few years ago when I think Roberto Martinez was sacked and he just took over for 1 game. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, like I said, it's difficult to predict how they're going to do. Will it have a positive effect sacking the manager? A lot of the time it does. It could be bad for us that they literally changed the manager 2 days before playing us. It could be good for them, maybe it doesn't change anything at all. It's difficult to predict, but at least there is a chance of them, playing really well, playing out of their skin. And under Ronald Koeman, probably wouldn't have been, let's be honest. Now, like I said in the beginning, there was no press conference. So obviously, I don't know if there's any more injuries than what we know about. Obviously, Kante, Drinkwater, and Moses. Maybe Drinkwater's even fit to play at least some minutes. I don't know, because, there was no press conference. Or maybe Conte would have given a few hints on who would start. So, the next bit of this preview is a bit more difficult now, but I'm going to get into it anyway. So obviously talking about Chelsea, how I think we will line up, how I think the game will go, and also my score prediction. Well, I hope and I believe that we will rotate quite a bit. In his post-match interview after the Watford game on Chelsea TV, Conte said that Musonda and Kenedy deserve to start against Everton, as they have been training very well, and I expect more youngsters to play than just those 2. So my predicted lineup is going with a 3-4-3 formation. Willy Caballero in goal. Rudiger, Christensen and Gary Kalas, the 3 centre-backs. I think Azpilicueta and David Luiz need a rest. Luiz obviously with that minor calf problem that, he got in the Roma game and obviously kind of played through against Watford. Zappacosta as the right wing-back, as we don't really have anyone else with Victor Moses injured, and Zappacosta didn't really play that much so far this season, so I think he should be just fine. Kenedy at left wing-back, like I said, Conte said that he deserves to start. Then I think Ethan Ampadu will play in centre-mid again, just like he did against Nottingham Forest. Maybe it will be Kyle Scott, basically the other youngster in centre midfield, but I don't think both of them will start. I would say Bakayoko would be next to Ampadu, but as he has that minor groin problem that he picked up against Roma as well, it would probably be Fabregas next to Ampadu again. And Fabregas, really, he's literally playing every game, isn't he? And then I think the front 3 will be Charly Musonda, Willian and Michy Batshuayi. It could obviously be Pedro instead of Willian, but I do expect Pedro to start against Bournemouth on the weekend, so it would surprise me if he started obviously against Watford, now against Everton in the Cup, and then against Bournemouth next weekend as well. So that would surprise me. That's why I'm going with Willian. Now, like I said, whether Everton will see a positive effect from sacking Ronald Koeman and play out of the skin tomorrow, who knows? They could do. We will find out tomorrow, I suppose. But I do still think that we should win and will win. Although, what I'm going to say now might sound a bit controversial. I wouldn't be all too upset if we got knocked out tomorrow, because it's just one less competition for us to worry about and more time to rest for our already very thin squad. Like, we already have a game every 3 days from now on until December 16th, I think. with an international break in between, fair enough. But of course, I still want us to win tomorrow, but I'm saying I wouldn't be all too upset if we lost, because after the 16th of December, basically have a week off, then we play on the weekend of the 23rd, and then we play on Boxing Day again. So we'd probably have a League Cup game basically in between the 16th and the weekend before Christmas. So another game, no rest, and obviously so many games throughout the Christmas period. So would it do us too badly if we got knocked out? Probably not, but obviously we still want to win every game. So like I said, it's very difficult to predict how Everton are going to do with the new manager, how they're going to line up. You know, it's very difficult. But as usual, I will give you a score prediction. Just what my gut says, what my feeling is, obviously looking at the Everton team, obviously looking at what they're doing, at our obviously last result, our squad, who I think will play. And that score prediction today is a 3-1 win for the Chelsea. I hope Charly Musonda can get on the score sheet as well. I hope players like Jay Clark-Salter, Dujon Sterling and Kyle Scott, if he doesn't start, will be on the bench. And I think depending on the scoreline, they will get some minutes as well. Obviously, if we're losing or drawing towards the end, we might bring on, I don't know, someone like Gideon Hazard, Alvaro Morata, those kind of players. But if we're, I don't know, convincingly leading, those players will definitely get some minutes as well. I think, obviously, maybe Danny Drinkwater will be on the bench to, you know, come on towards the end. I don't know, because there was no press conference. But yeah, that's really it from me. Leave me all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Leave me your predicted starting 11 down in the comment section below as well. Your score predictions and, you know, your thoughts. Will Everton be better now that they've sacked Koeman and just have basically a new manager, even though he's just in for 2 days now and basically had 1 day to train for the game tomorrow? Will it improve them? Will it make them worse? Will it not really change anything? Leave it down in the comment section below. Also, follow me on my social media, Twitter and Instagram. I'm very close to hitting 600 followers on Twitter, so it would be great if you help me do that. But, you know, if more of you follow me, be class. But yeah, leave a like if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe to 100% Chelsea. We massively do appreciate that. So thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea. And I'll see you next time.